The story for the Crimson Tide.
Well, Meredith Willard is right now leading the SEC in the all-around and is also leading in the floor exercise. So she'll hope to lead Alabama in a win tonight over Georgia.
Georgia's got a great team, but they're led by a two-time Olympic performer, Lori Strong.
And what can you say about Lori? She's a two-time Canadian Olympian, is presently second in the SEC in the all-around, third in the uneven bars, and she's going to lead the strong, powerful Georgia team into this meet this evening.
Should be a fun one. Now, we've had a chance to talk to both head coaches about their respective teams.
I think we've done a really good job. I'm very proud of our ladies. We're not exactly where I want us to be, but we're doing a great job with what the routines that we're doing right now. We're going to get better as the season goes along, but I think that most coaches would tell you that Georgia is the most talented team and probably the deepest team in the country. So we're excited about it.
Well, Georgia may be the most talented team, but Georgia's not the most consistent team. Alabama is, and talent doesn't win championships. Staying on the equipment wins championships. So I would have to disagree with her. I mean, the scores indicate that Alabama's #1, so I would have to go along with that.
First rotation, Georgia will be on the vault. Alabama on the bar. Senior Lori Strong, a 6-time All-American from Whitby, Ontario, to start things off for the Gym Dogs.
She'll be performing a handspring front into pike position, stuck landing. Great job.
Lori Strong getting things going for Georgia early as the big crowd on hand liking what they see.
And looking back, you see a nice pre-flight, little bit of separation of the legs. Again, a beautiful, strong landing.
A 9.925 for Lori Strong. Now we move over to the bars. Kim Kelly, a 5'1" senior for Alabama, a 3-time second-team All-American. She is from Pennsylvania.
She's starting with a kick to the low bar, moving up to the high bar, cast handstand, nice tight form, giant full pirouette. Nice release move and change of direction. Moving down back to the low bar. Getting prepared for her dismount, cast handstand, giant, giant, and a nice layout double back. A little bit of hop on the landing, but a nice strong routine.
So a nice start for Alabama and Kim Kelly. Sarah Patterson likes what she sees from her senior. And a 9.80 for Kim Kelly. Now we move back to the vault. Julie Ballard of Georgia, the 5'2" sophomore, the 1995 Freshman of the Year in the SEC.
She's performing a handspring front pike position, great landing. Not much room for error there.
So the Gym Dogs off to a good start on the vault. A 9.95 for Julie Ballard. Marna Neubauer of Alabama next up on the bars. U.S. national team member from 89 to 91. Second team All-American last year.
She's starting with a half pirouette. Great release move. Moving back down to the low bar. Straddle handstand. Giant full pirouette. Nice release move. She's doing a great job. Now she's preparing for that dismount. You see a giant back hip circle heck and a back foot dismount. Great job.
Some great gymnastics early here from the top 2 teams in the country.
Looking back at that release move, she's performing a Jaeger, nice and high, a little bit of form break on the toes, but she kept moving well.
A 9.875 for Marta Neubauer. Back to Georgia and Kim Arnold on the vault, a 4'10" sophomore, the only gymnast in the country this year to score a perfect 10 in any event, and it came on this event, the vault.
And she's also doing handspring front pike position, perfect vault.
As close to perfect as we have seen. Maybe the judges will think the same thing.
And looking back at the replay, you see she gets great lift off the horse, legs are tight together, and she stuck the landing.
She scored 3 perfect 10s in this event last year, and her teammates, along with us, waiting for the score. And there it is, a perfect 10 for Kim Arnold on the vault. Now it's back to Alabama and Meredith Willard, the 5' junior from Clemens, North Carolina.
She's starting with uprights to the high bar, giant, giant one arm, very impressive, very difficult on this event. Trying to show her strength. Moving down to the low bar, which is a requirement.
Again, another uprise to handstand, getting ready for her release move. Nice reverse hex. Not much form breaks in this routine. In her dismount, toe on front, half twist, little step at the end, but she's got to be happy with that.
So Meredith Willard off to a good start. She scored the highest SEC all-around score so far this season, and a 9.85 will get her on her way tonight. Now it's back to the vault, and Leah Brown, the 5'8 junior from Atlanta.
She's performing handspring front pike with a half twist, very difficult vault, little step on the landing, but it looked great.
So a great score for the three-time All-American of 9.95. That gives Georgia a score of 49.775 after the first rotation. That breaks an NCAA record for team vault score. An outstanding performance thus far for the Gym Dogs. Now we move to the second rotation. Georgia will be on the uneven bars, Alabama on the vault. Up first, Leslie Angeles, a junior from Michigan.
Starting off with the giant with a full pirouette. Nice Wilson, that's her release move. Cast handstand. 1.5 pirouette on the high bar, moving down to the low bar. Looking very clean at this point. Cast handstand. Giant, very unique dismount. A Rudy, a 1.5 twist. Great job.
She wanted to improve on the bars in 96, and it looks as though her work is paying off.
Looking at that very unique release move. And then her E-level difficulty dismount, a Rudy, and a great landing.
A score of 9.95 for Leslie Angeles. Now it's to the vault and Shea Murphy of Alabama.
She's performing a handspring front in a tuck position, little hop at the end.
She made her college debut last year against Georgia in Athens.
See, she had a great lift, tight tuck, with just a little hop. Each tenth is going to really add up this evening.
A 9.80 for Shea Murphy. Now up on the bars for Georgia, Karen Lichey, a freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, another former national team member. She also won the gold medal at the U.S. Olympic Festival, and, well, expectations are high for this freshman.
And she's starting with an uprise to a handstand on the high bar. She takes everything to the max in this routine. Nice pirouette with a reverse grip and nice pike. Release move. Another press up to the high bar. Giant. Very strong, very powerful. Layout double back. Great routine. Looking again at this release with nice uprise. Pike in the pike position and nails it.
The crowd wants 10, but I think the judges will settle with a 9.975. A good score nonetheless. Now back to Alabama, and Kim Kelly scored 3 perfect 10s last year in this event. 2 of those coming against Georgia.
There's a handspring front tuck position. Nice lift. Again, a little hop at the end. The Georgia team has so much more difficulty on the vault compared to this Alabama team.
So a score of 9.825 for Alabama's Kim Kelly. Back with more gymnastics after this. On SEC TV Weekly, Alabama trailing Georgia. They're looking to get it back together here. We will pick it up with Bama's Meredith Willard on the vault, the 5-foot junior, needing a good vault here to kind of help her team along.
And she's doing a handspring front tuck with a half twist, a little low on the landing, but she did stick it.
One of the better vaults we have seen from Alabama, and she has a score of 9.85. Now it's to Georgia's Lori Strong, a 1994 national champion on bars. Not uncommon to see a 10 from her in this event.
She is so impressive on this event. Of course, she did win the championship 2 years ago and runner-up last year. She's doing full pirouettes with releases. There's her reverse hex. Moving down to the low bar. Moving very well at this point. Giant, very powerful. And her dismount, a double layout, great job. Looking again here at her full pirouette hop, which is extremely difficult. And then right into her reverse hex, nice tight legs, and she keeps moving.
A tremendous score of 9.975 for Lori Strong. Here's where we stand after 2 rotations. Georgia continuing to build on their lead. Now we move to the floor, exercising our 3rd rotation. It's Shea Murphy of Alabama, a sophomore from Canton, Michigan.
And she's starting off with a punch front, round off back handspring, tuck double back, great landing. And you hear the music. Each girl has a choice of what kind of music they use to hopefully match their personality. And she's chosen an oldies mix. Of course, looks like she's enjoying herself out there as well. Her second tumbling pass. Round off that handspring. Nice high tuck double back. Fulfilling some of her dance requirements as well. Right here, most of her thoughts are on breathing and getting ready for that last tumbling pass. Hoping for a strong finish. Round off that handspring. Nice double twist. Solid landing. Round off straddle jump. This is a very great start for the University of Alabama.
Jay Murphy of Alabama with a score of 9.85 on the floor. Now it's to Georgia's third rotation. They are on the beam. It's Kim Arnold.
And this is a very important event for Kim. She is known. She was the first gymnast to do a triple layout series in her routine. She will not be doing it tonight, but she's doing two, and she nails it. Great start. It's so important for that first trick to really hit in their routine so their confidence level is up. She's doing a gainer back handspring into a Sisson. They have so many requirements they have to fulfill in the short amount of time that they are on the balance tool.
Kim has certainly accomplished a lot in her gymnastics career, but she says earning a scholarship to Georgia is her greatest achievement.
And she just did a nice punch front. Very difficult move on the beam because it is a blind landing. Round off that handspring step out. Also very extremely difficult. And you would know that she was on 4 inches right here the way she's moving. Fulfilling her jump series into a back handspring straddle down. Looks very confident on this event this evening. Of course, now basically preparing for her dismount. A bit of a breather here. She's doing a round off. High double back. A couple of steps on the ending, but she's definitely going to be happy with that routine. Looking back at her gymnastics series, she does back handspring layout, step out, and not a wobble.
So a fine score of 9.90 for Kim Arnold on the beam. Now it's to the floor at Meredith Willard. She was an All-American in this event back in 1995.
And boy, Dave, she is so exciting to watch on this event. She's starting with a Rudy, back handspring step out. Doesn't look extremely difficult, but is very hard to complete. And she has a great time on this event. Her personality really shows through, as you can see here. A lot of the gymnasts in their dance, they kind of take time to rest, not Meredith. Her second tumbling pass. Punch front, round up a handspring, nice solid double twist. You see her jump series, kind of playing to the audience.
Bitterly cold night in Atlanta, but you can see in the background that a lot of fans turned out for this meet between the top 2 teams in the country. Certainly putting on a brilliant show.
She has some wonderful, very unique choreography. Definitely one of my favorites to watch on this Alabama team. In her last tumbling pass, round up a handspring, nice double twist. And a great routine for Meredith.
So the All-American on the floor in 1995, putting on another good performance here in 96.
And looking at her front tuck, round up a handspring double twist, her second pass, very clean, very solid.
Her performance was good enough for a 9.85. Now it's back to Georgia and the senior Lori Strong on the balance beam.
And she's starting off with a nice press handstand. showing off her strength. One-arm handstand. She's going to do a version of the Lori hop, a 180-degree turn with a little bit of hop in there. And not many gymnasts, collegiate or national, have moves that are named after them, so it's very unique. She does a hitch kick into a front handspring. It's very confident, very strong.
Lori describes herself as very intense, and I guess you have to be with only 4 inches between you and the ground.
Back handspring, layout, step out. Looks very solid at this point. Doing her leaps. There's a switch leap into a jump. Again, fulfilling all their requirements in the routine. You hear music in the background that's played, so it's not so quiet during this event. Now, at the National Championship, it will be total chaos, so they have to kind of get accustomed to the noise in the background. A little bit of concentration here. She gets ready for a round off tuck double back. Step it in, a great routine.
Solid performance from Lori Strong.
Looking back at her 2 back handsprings into her layout step out. Very solid.
Lori Strong picks up a score of 9.90. But our standings after 3 rotations, Alabama has closed the gap a little bit, but Georgia still out front with 147.825. Neal along with Melissa Miller-Schubeck. Georgia now on the floor. They lead Alabama by less than a point after 3 rotations. Georgia's Karen Lichey first up on the floor for the Gym Dogs. Lichey and her teammate Lori Strong are tied for first in the all-around with scores of 29.8.
She starts off with a very impressive full twisting double back. You see her jump series. Again, very unique music. Her music is so unique, it has incorporated 3 national champion floor exercise winners from the University of Georgia. So this music has a lot of special meaning in it.
However, the routine is different from the past national championships, right?
Exactly. It's very different. Most of the time, the choreography is changed yearly or every other year. And you see your second telling pass, a front layout to an immediate punch front.
The crowd in Athens certainly enjoying the Georgia floor routines. They've been pretty vocal throughout this gymnastics meet, and not to be anything less than expected with the top 2 teams in the country.
And Georgia also looks very strong on this event as far as endurance. Most gymnasts look very tired at the end of the routine. And here she's performing a Rudy at the end. Very strong finish for Karen. Looking at her tumbling pass once again. Round off back handspring. Nice high full twisting double back. Great landing.
Karen Lichey with a score of 9.925. Now it's back to Alabama and Shea Murphy. She is on the balance beam. She scored a 9.85 on the floor earlier in this competition.
Of course, this is an event that can make or break a team in any competition, because even though you practice daily, you can fall on even the easiest skill on the balance beam. She's getting ready for her gymnastics series. Back handspring step out, layout step out. Switch leap.
Mentally, when you come into these gymnastics competitions, if you have a good first rotation, does it kind of build momentum throughout the night?
It definitely does. It helps. The first event you do can kind of get you motivated and warmed up for the rest of the evening. And the same on each event. The first skill or 2 that you do that's very crucial, if you don't hit, it can mess up your confidence, and it can be hard to regain that throughout the rest of the routine.
Shea Murphy and Alabama trying to catch Georgia here in the 4th and final rotation.
Back handspring step out into a Sisson. Switch leap to a straddle jump to another straddle jump. Little bobble there. Again, the competition can be so tight that every 10th can add up. And her dismount, Rudy dismount. Nice clean routine. And looking at that series again, she's performing 2 back handsprings into a layout step out.
And a nice routine from Shea Murphy for a score of 9.825. Now it's back to Lori Strong on the floor. She's tied with teammate Lichey for the all-around. She needs to beat a score of 9.925 to claim the all-around.
And she is so intense and powerful in this event. Round off with that back handspring, pike double back, great landing. And again, you hear a different kind of music that you haven't heard this evening, and it fits her personality. As we were talking about earlier, how intense she is. This music is so appropriate.
We see a lot of these competitors smiling on the floor, but for Lori Strong, this is all business.
Preparing for her second tumbling pass. She's doing a round off back handspring, 2.5 twist, extremely difficult because of another blind landing. When she's coming down, she has no idea actually where she is, and it's so crucial to stick that landing.
Lori Strong, a 2-time Canadian Olympian and a veteran of many international competitions. This is something she's accustomed to and really looks forward to.
In her last tumbling pass, she needs a good strong finish, round off that handspring, solid double twist. And a great routine for Lori Strong.
And the crowd on their feet as they sense Georgia pulling away from Alabama.
And taking a look at her tumbling pass, round off whip back, back handspring, nice high pike double back, and boy, she nailed it.
Well, the crowd here certainly helping her out, but keep an eye on her teammates at the bottom part of your picture. They're also getting involved in her routine. So a great routine from Lori Strong. She scores a 9.95, which is good enough to give her the all-around championship. Now it's back to Alabama's Stephanie Woods, 5'3" junior from Austin, Texas. She was an All-American in this event last year, so big things expected of her in 1996.
And she is so beautiful to watch on this event. She is so flexible. It is just incredible, and it really helps her in this routine. You see a Valadez, and another thing I like about this routine is that she does some very unique skills that you're not accustomed to seeing on the balance beam. Switch leap into a jump. Preparing for her gymnastics series. Back handspring, layout, step out, slight bobble. That'll probably only cost her a 1/10 or 2. Again, throughout this routine, she's showing off that flexibility. Nice illusion. Not only difficult on the floor, but extremely difficult on the balance beam. She's very graceful. You see a front aerial. Again, a little wobble there, and a front aerial flip down to the beam. She definitely gets the award for creativity on the balance beam this evening.
Her strength and flexibility is absolutely amazing. That beam just 4 inches wide.
And her dismount, a gainer with a full twist. Great routine. You see the front aerial? Little bobble there, but great job. And then down to that front aerial, flip down to the beam. Looking at this move here that requires a lot of strength, and then right into her flexibility.
And you can certainly see why she was an All-American on the balance beam last year. She scores a 9.90. Her coach, Sarah Patterson, certainly happy with that, but Suzanne Yoculan's Georgia Gym Dogs out in front, and it's all up to Leah Brown on the floor to keep Georgia out in front and pull off the big upset.
And if you're wanting any gymnast to finish up on the floor exercise, Leah is definitely the gymnast that you would choose. Getting ready for that first tumbling pass. Round off the handspring, nice high, full twisting double back, great landing. And you see a big smile from Leah. And boy, can she dance. She is so impressive to watch. Down to a Shushinova on the floor. And she doesn't hold back on this event at all, as you can see in this dance. And moving right into her second tumbling pass. Punch front, handspring, Rudy.
Leah finished second in this event on the floor back in 1995 at the NCAA Championships, and she's coming off a 9.95 on the vault earlier tonight.
You hear her choice of music, very popular piece of music, trying to appeal to the audience as well as to the judges. A little bit of rest here, getting ready for that last tumbling pass. Let's see how she finishes. Round off back handspring, tuck double back, great finish. Now she's going to get down. Look at the crowd. They love every minute of it. Nice Shushinova. Wow, what a great routine.
A fantastic performance from Leah Brown, and that will give Georgia the victory over Alabama. She posts a score of 9.975, and the Gym Dogs very excited about their victory. So Georgia beats Alabama by nearly a point and a half. Our all-around winner is Lori Strong of Georgia. She held off her teammate Karen Lichey. But the Georgia Gym Dogs may be the next #1 team in the country as they beat Alabama. Back with more SEC TV Weekly after this.